Daniel, what did you make? And I'm sure you focus on that, but just take us through some of the things that jumped at you as you watched this encounter.
Before I go to Edward Mendy, I want to talk about the attacking patterns of Senegal's play.
Yeah.
That's what worried me. You take a look at the numbers again. They had 15 shots on goal against the Dutch, who had 10. 5 on target. But they were not able to make meaning of those chances, those shots. And I think it's largely due to their midfield and who encompassed that midfield.
Okay.
Niaplas Mendy, in Kouyaté, and Gana Gueye. These are 3 defensive midfielders. There was no flair in there. Technically, they are not the best of players. So you could tell anytime Senegal broke past the second third of the game, approaching the final third, they didn't quite understand what they were doing with the ball. They passed a bit too much when they had opportunities in the first half, pressed high up the pitch, they win the ball back, and now they start passing the ball in between 2-3 players when somebody can take a shot. That attacking instinct, that striker's instinct just was lacking in the guys around the box, and that was a huge problem. Also, in terms of the wide areas, Diatta didn't do enough for me. And I think that's where
Sarr didn't even have a good game.
No, I think Sarr had a good game per what we expected him to do. He took initiative, was taking on defenders, cutting, he took a couple of shots. And I think he created a couple of opportunities also. But on Diatta's side, the combination between Diatta and Sabali was just off it for me. And when they decided to cross, the cross was wayward. And when they decided to pass or try and some penetrative pass, it just wasn't working out. They kept on going back. They kept on being forced. And we know Diatta has the pace. We know he has the skill. I don't think he took initiative too much in this game, which was quite problematic for me. And just to highlight how much of the midfield composition went against Senegal was this opportunity in the second half when Ismaila Sarr got the ball. And this is what I was talking about. Took the initiative, went past his man. And this is right here, the person receiving the chance. This is Idrissa Gana Gueye. This very good position. Now he's picked up the ball. First of all, his first touch was problematic for me because usually in this position, you expect a player to take the ball in stride. Take it, and with your 10, you've already set yourself in position to take the shot. But that's where the technicality comes in. That's when the skill comes in. And if they had a better player in this position, I think that the chance would easily have gone their way. At this point, he literally just picks it up, and then he just hits it with no proper direction, no direction. He just went straight at the goalkeeper, and it was quite an easy save to make. So that was, for me, another huge problem for just to highlight what I was mentioning earlier. The fact that they didn't have the key players in key positions. Now, this is the goal they conceded. And yes, I blame Edward Mendy. The basis of goalkeeping is simple. If you are coming out of your box, you make sure that you get a hand on it. If you look at Mendy's body language, just to highlight it, Mendy's body language here, this is Edward Mendy.
Okay.
He didn't seem convinced. He looked like he was caught in two minds. So let's play progress and let's just watch him. So at this particular point in time, let me just go back a bit. At this particular point in time, the Senegalese line had dropped just a bit because now they were anticipating the shot. So once they're anticipating the shot, you expect Mendy to also back off a bit because as the line is closing closer to you, you're also drawing back. But this is a combination of two mistakes. First of all, nobody spotting the run of Cody Hapo, who had started moving earlier.
Okay.
He had started making the run, and he was an obvious target because this ball was going.
It was swinging in.
Swinging in. So it was sort of making the cross for somebody to come and meet it. And that's why I blame the defenders, and nobody was able to pick him up, especially the ones who were watching here, this and this. These guys should have been able to watch the run of Cody Gakpo and sort of shield him or follow him and make it difficult for him to be able to have a free run and go. But they didn't do that and allowed him. Now, once you allow the guy to go through and play progresses, this pass is obviously going to hit its target. This is my point. Mendy saw, from his position, he could see from the corner of his eye that Gakpo was making the run.
Okay.
So if you are going to come out, and that's the basis of goalkeeping, you come out with speed, you come out with conviction, and you come out and you make sure that you get a hand on the ball.
Daniel, I think I disagree with you that he saw Gakpo coming. Because I feel like his eyes were completely on the ball, which in itself is a mistake, because you need to be aware of your surroundings. But I think his eyes were completely on the ball, which is why Gakpo was able to kind of sneak in front of him. Because, I don't know, maybe it's not too clear on it, but it's almost like his head was up, like, you know, kind of.
Exactly. And it's part of the base. Look, you are supposed to be aware of your situation.
Okay.
Reading the situation is what makes you a very good goalkeeper. Because when you read the situation, then you make the decision whether to stay on your line or come off. But I think the reason why I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, that he came out because he saw the run. If he didn't see the run, he had no business coming out, because then he would just have stayed on his line and picked up the ball. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he saw the run.
Okay.
And once you see that run, there needs to be some conviction in your decision making. He needed to come out, assert authority, and get a hand on the ball. He's currently the best goalkeeper in the world, according to FIFA, unless they do the new awards. He's the best goalkeeper in the world. You need to show us that you are the best. And for me, the decision making in this was highly problematic. He let his team down by this chance, allowing this to go in the back of it. It was a bit too easy for me. And Cody Gakpo, the guy I highlighted yesterday as being the dangerous guy, ended up scoring the goal for the Dutch. So, look, I think Mendy let them down on this occasion. But this was, yes, maybe I'll give him a pass for this one. It's the second goal that really disappointed me.
Okay.
Because for a goalkeeper of his standard, he should not be conceding a goal like that. He honestly should not. There's no excuse why Edouard Mendy of his caliber should be conceding a goal like this. Let me pause it here. There was no way or nowhere that Memphis Depay was going.
Okay.
He was covered by the goalkeeper, the defender.
Okay.
And I think it was Koulibaly. Excellent defending by forcing him onto his left foot. Now, once Depay goes on his left foot, the angles are covered. The shot was tame. What you do as a goalkeeper, once you have the angle, you can see the ball coming. There's not enough power on the ball for you to be able to make a good decision. You're supposed to be punching it away from danger. That's where you're supposed to be.
But did he not do so? Because I thought the save went.
I think it was a bit more.
It was
towards back in the middle.
He punched it back into.
I wouldn't even say he punched it. He
just touched it.
He just kind of blocked it. Yeah, he cushioned it.
Look, and this is where I'll be harsh on him, because we've seen this before this season in the Chelsea against West Ham game, where he was lucky that VAR came to save him at the end of the day, where he could have punched it out of danger, literally punched it straight into the path of, was it Jared Bowen, who picked up the ball, and the ball ended up being a goal, but was struck off for VAR. So we've seen him make mistakes like this. And for me, once there was no power in the shot, which we could clearly see from the video, once there was no power in the shot, look at this, he had seen it, the angles was there, the angle was there. Punch it, and you could see, it was a full hand he had on the ball.
Okay.
So let the thing go out of the danger area, and then the chance is killed. But unfortunately for Senegal, he wasn't able to do so. He ended up 2-0. Again, I mentioned the second goal they conceded because this group could easily come down to goal difference. It looks like Qatar will be the whipping boys of the group. If you are not able to score Qatar a lot, and I don't think Senegal will be able to pummel Qatar based on that midfield composition. There's not enough creativity in there. And I don't think that Dia and Bamba Dieng are prolific enough to put away chances that come their way. So I'll be looking at a Senegal win, yes, but will it be with a truckload of goals that will be able to upset this 2-0 deficit? I don't think so. And that Ecuador game is going to be very difficult. So had they ended 1-0, fine. Had they ended goalless, perfect. But clearly, Hapu had already scored. But the second goal could have been prevented. And for me, I think Mendy will have to take the blame, especially because of the high standards that he has as a goalkeeper.
Interesting stuff there.